Hey guys, what's up? I'm Dylan, and today I'm going to be talking about the Why Us essay. Before we get into that, can we just acknowledge this amazing lighting? My mom just had this circle light that I never used, and now I just decided to try it out and changed my life. Going to be using it for the rest of my videos. This is how I reacted when I first tried on the light a couple minutes ago. Guys, watch. Oh my god. Pretty light. Okay, now let's get into the video. Hi, I'm Dylan and I make college app related videos and other content. Today we will be talking about the Why Us essay as stated in the title of this video, but first let me explain what a why essay is. My bad, Why Us essay. What a Why Us essay is. Oh my god, that's a tongue twister. A Why Us essay is an essay in your college applications that asks why you want to go to a specific school for a specific program or area of study. These essays can be found in the supplemental questions for specific schools. They are not for every school. Like for an example, they're not in Stanford's application. Stanford has you write 3 essays, but none of them ask you why you want to go to Stanford. But examples of schools that do ask this, I'm just going to throw some out there, are NYU, USC, and Marist. So as an example, I'm just going to read you the prompt of NYU's questions so you can understand how to identify a YS essay. NYU, at least the year I applied, said, what motivated you to apply to NYU? And more specifically, why have you applied or expressed interest in a particular campus, school, college, program, and or area of study? USC, however, kind of worded it a little bit differently, but it was still a YS essay, and let me explain their prompt. So their prompt went, describe how you plan to pursue your academic interests and why you want to explore them at USC. Please feel free to address your first and second choice major selections. All right, now that you understand how to identify a Why Us essay prompt, let's talk about how you should attack that YS essay. They are asking you this question so they can see what stands out to you about their college compared to all the other colleges you're applying to. Why do you want to go here and not somewhere else? What is it about the program that you can get here that you can't get at other places? What is it about their ideals, the culture, the location of the school that really attracts you? They want to see that you are genuinely interested in their school. They don't want to read your essay and think, wow, they probably aren't that into me. I might just be a safety school that they threw on their list. Don't make them think that they are a safety school for you, even if they are a safety school for you. I'll admit, a lot of the essays that I wrote that were YS essays were for schools that I didn't necessarily want to go to 100%. They were sort of my safety schools because I really wanted to go to Stanford or USC, but I guess USC does have the YS essay. Anyways, for my safety schools, I didn't want to just throw away my shot because I still wanted to ensure that I could get into that school just in case something went down with the schools that I really wanted. So I had to do the research on those schools and prove to them that I really wanted to go there if I was accepted. That's the thing. They want to be confident that if you got accepted to their school, you would commit to going there. In order for you to be the right fit for them, you need to make it seem like they are the right fit for you. And how are you going to do that? Well, let's get into it. Specificity is key. You need to do a ton of research and pick out things that interest you. Here's what I mean. Look up the program, the classes, the teachers. Understand their vibe, their ideals, the culture, their mission, the goals they're trying to accomplish. Pick out certain clubs or research opportunities or travel opportunities or extracurricular opportunities that interest you about that college. Also, maybe there's like a fun tradition about the college that they always do every year and you want to mention that on your essay because you look forward to doing that and it's unique compared to all the other schools. So once you have done your research into those things, you want to reference them in your essay. Consider referencing classes. In all of my Why Us essays, I included 3 classes that I would be super interested in taking if I got admitted into that school. This shows that you have done your research into the school and the program you're applying for. Maybe you want to mention something about the mission or the vibe of the school. For example, I was applying to NYU for the Interactive Media Arts program, and I looked on their website for that program, and I saw specifically that they said, quote, "The more diverse your background, the better." And then they went on to explain how they would enjoy performers or other kinds of people aside from just design and tech type people, because that was the program I was applying for. And I'm a performing artist, so I wanted to mention that in my essay. So I did. I explained how I valued like their ideals of diversity in terms of your talents and abilities. So I wanted to mention that because they had explicitly said it on their website. When I wrote my Why Us essay for Marist is a small college, and so I wanted to mention something about that. So I talked about their smaller class sizes and how that would help me make meaningful connections with the people in my class and learn better. Perhaps the location of the school is really important to you and you want to talk about that. For my NYU essay, I talked about the busy city and how that aligned with my values of grit and tenacity toward achieving my goals. If you have a personal experience with the school, with the program, with anything related, you want to talk about that. You want to show them the time and the research that you put into this to show that you really want to go there. Maybe you went on a tour. Maybe you looked a bunch of stuff on their website, like I said. Maybe you did a summer program with them. You want to reference that or mention that somewhere in your essay. And I'm not talking about explicitly saying it in your essay. Like, I don't want you to be like, hey, by the way, I went on a tour. Yeah, by the way, I was in your summer program. By the way, like, you want to wrap it within the story that you are telling, maybe through an anecdote. That is something that I did for my USC application. I was applying to USC for the Innovation Academy. It's like art, business, and technology. And they have this place called the Innovation Garage on their campus. Because I live in LA and I had visited USC many times, I have been in their Innovation Garage. I went on a tour of it, I've seen it, I've walked around in it, and so I wanted to mention that. The way I started my essay for USC was explaining how once I walked into the Innovation Garage, I immediately started imagining different experiences and imagining my future there and what I would do and create there. I pinpointed specific things about the program and the facility, or like the fact that I was going to be the 6th cohort if I had gone there. I talked about their whiteboards. Yeah, and speaking of really, really specific things in your application, I'm just gonna throw in Stanford's application, which doesn't ask for a YS essay, but they did ask for a little question. I think that was like something that you're really looking forward to about Stanford or something like that. And I got super specific. I literally talked about one specific pink sticky note that I found in their design school when I went on a tour. Now, I understand that a lot of you guys maybe didn't get the chance to go on college tours or explore colleges in person because of coronavirus, because of financial burdens, because of travel, you know, all these things. That is okay. I didn't visit any of the schools that I applied to on the East Coast, but I still found ways to get personal and to talk about specific things in their program just from doing some web searches. So that note is to make it personal, to a connection, experience, or something like that to you, so you can stand out amongst the other applicants. My next point is to explain why. Once you've picked out these things or maybe stated that they excite you, they interest you, explain why. Why is this thing exciting to you? What about it strikes you? How does it relate to your interests and the things that you want to study? And then this part is really important. What are you planning to do with these opportunities? Great, you have all these opportunities and things right in front of you. What are you going to do with them? How are you going to make the most out of them? If you happen to have an idea already, share it. But explain what this opportunity will allow you to do. How will it help you grow as a student and as a person? Because that brings me to my next point. Colleges want to know what you can do for their school. Colleges already know what they can do for you and what amazing opportunities they have for you. But what they want to know is, how are you gonna help them? They need to keep up their reputation. They need to have students doing all these amazing things. So they wanna know, how are you gonna help us out? Don't just point out all the things that the colleges already know about themselves. They know they're awesome. They know what they have to provide. So while you do want to highlight these things, you always want to connect them back to you and how they will influence you. How are you going to fit into them? How can they ensure that you are the right fit for their school? So the 3 main things that you should include in your Why Us essay are 1, your interests and your values. 2, the school and their program and the things that you picked out that you like from your research. And 3, the way that those things relate back to you and your interests and your values. I really hope that hits home because that is probably the most important thing about the Why Us essay, like literally those 3 steps. The last thing that I'm gonna say is that you can create a template for a Why Us essay and use it for all of your schools that ask for Why Us essays. I'm not gonna share my template with you guys on here because I don't want any of you copying it, and also if you did take words or phrases from it, that's plagiarism and you are risking being immediately rejected from your colleges. But I did indeed create a template for myself. It was a flexible template that allowed me to put in the school name, the program I was going for, classes that interested me, and other specific things about the program or the school. The template already contained a lot of my interests and values and things that related to me, so then all I had to do was put stuff about the school and then tie in how that stuff related to my interests and values. I would always be a little bit iffy and careful if you are making a template because you want to make sure that the college doesn't see the essay and be like, wow, that's a template. Once again, your interest in their school means so much, so you want to make sure that your essay does not seem like a template and that it actually expresses genuine interest and honesty about going to that school. That is all for today. I hope it helped. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments down below. Any questions, concerns you have, let me know. And make sure to like this video and subscribe. Turn on your post notifications because I am coming out with new college app videos all the time. And I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching.